All right, another edition of Riding Home. We're going to tell you who's going to win, who's going to cover these lines. Let's start with the big one, Matt DeBerry. It's going to be Alabama hosting Texas. And we're doing this a little bit earlier in the week. This line could change, but Alabama is a 7-point favorite over the Texas Longhorns.
Thinking Alabama at home. Love what Jalen Milroe did last week. I just think they're a better team, and I think they'll end up winning that game by more than a touchdown. It's night at Bryant-Denny. This is a big, big game. That crowd's going to be going nuts. I just think Alabama's going to win convincingly here.
Right?
I agree. I don't know that it's going to be close. I don't. Whatever you define a blowout is different. I think depending on who you ask, but I think it'll be at least a 2-touchdown game where Bama wins at home at night. That environment is going to be too much for Texas. They don't have to deal with that on a regular basis. And when they played last year, it did look like Texas was just better that day, especially when Quinn Ewers was there. But even though Alabama won that game, in a way, I think they'll also get revenge on Saturday night.
All right, listen, I think Alabama's going to win the game. I'll take the Horns against the line. Everything looked really good last week for Alabama. This is a tough game. The pressure's going to ratchet up. I don't think that they're going to lose this game. Don't get me wrong, but I will take the 7 points and the touchdown. Nebraska and Colorado. Now, listen, this game swung in terms of the line significantly lately, Ryan. Now Nebraska, which is traveling to Colorado, is a 3.5-point dog. They were favored before this past weekend. And let me just say this too. Nebraska suffered a brutal loss at Wisconsin in keeping with recent Nebraska tradition.
Yeah. I think it was Minnesota, but that was an awesome.
I said Wisconsin, excuse me.
Yeah. I was a little confused for a second, but I get the line changing. I mean, after what we saw with Colorado, they're exciting. They're fun. I think we'll learn a lot about them as the weeks go on, but they've got playmakers. It's going to be at home. And, we saw what happened with Nebraska. I think that Colorado, just off this weekend is a better football team.
Yeah, feed Travis Hunter. Give me the Buffs. I think they're playing great. This is a new Colorado team. Nebraska coming in town, old school rivalry. Man, I used to love this game growing up. It means something. Those tickets right now are crazy high. It's a massive, massive game. And I really like Colorado. I don't think they're going to be winning consistently throughout the whole year. They're just not deep enough. But I think they still have another week of lighting it up on the scoreboard. And I think it's going to be real tough for Nebraska to go out there and win that game and not get blown out.
So I think I will take the Buffs as well. I do not think that they will blow Nebraska out necessarily because Colorado's defense is not great. But they have two of the best playmakers in college football in Sanders and Travis Hunter. Yikes. I mean, Nebraska doesn't have anybody in that universe, y'all. It's bad out there. And Ryan, were you with me when we were watching Nebraska, or was that just me by myself? I can't remember. Well, clearly it was me by myself.
No, we weren't together.
Okay, so that was not great. I mean, I was thoroughly entertained, but man, I mean, they don't have playmakers at Nebraska. To me, that line's a little too low. North Carolina State is going to host the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I'll go first just to kind of move around. I've really not looked at this very much. I'll take Notre Dame only because although they've yet to play a true road game, this is their third game of the season, Notre Dame has played better than anybody else not named Alabama this season. And I guess Colorado, but I mean, Notre Dame's played a completely thorough game the entire time they played. The two games, Navy and then Tennessee State. NC State is a drastic move up, but I like the way Notre Dame looks. They look good. NC State's pretty good though, but I'll take the Irish given the 7 points, Ryan.
Yeah, are there minus or plus 7?
Notre Dame is the favorite in Raleigh.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. I mean, I think they'll beat NC State by double digits.
You got a lot of double-digit wins.
To beat UConn, man. You only beat UConn by 10 points.
It's true. Yeah.
It's UConn.
All right,
this
Matt.
is a hoop, man. That's all I got to say.
I'm going to take Notre Dame too. I want to pick USC. I think they could make it close at home. But going back to what you said, Dean, they look really good. And I don't think it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. But I like the Wolfpack.
Okay.
Maybe they put up a fight, but I'm going to pick Notre Dame here.
You did say US. This is the Wolfpack sign.
Oh,
welcome. Man, Matt gets it. See, Matt understands. If only Matt were actually in the frame, it would be even better. But you did not live through the Monday Night Wrestling Wars and the intellectual property fights between Time Warner or Turner and NC State. But Wolfpack coming to get you. Okay, Baylor had a bad loss this past week, losing to a directional school. That was not good. I think it was bad. I can't remember who it was. The Utah Utes are going to go in there. I do not know who the quarterback situation is. Maybe somebody else can fill that in. We'll go to Ryan first. They are a touchdown favorite on the road at what usually is a decent Baylor program.
yeah, but that was a really bad loss for Baylor. I haven't kept up with the health of his name has escaped me. Cameron Rising. But I liked what we saw from their backups a little bit. I know Florida they're just not good. They're just not good. But they've got some guys that can make plays. Utah has a solid defense. As this thing moves along, I know their defensive line is a little bit banged up, and as it moves along and they get healthier, I just think they're better than Baylor.
Matt?
Yeah, gonna have to agree there. Again, defense travels, and Utah has a really good defense. And they play smash mouth football. They kind of play like an SEC team in a way. I think they're well coached. And I'm not sure Baylor is right now. Apparently they're not after week 1. So, give me the Utes.
All right, we're going to look at our Eco Poly Cam here as I take my look at this game. I will actually take Baylor. Here's the reason why. I'm going to pencil this into our thing so I don't forget it on when I'm writing this later. Here's the reason why I'm taking Baylor, okay? They're better than they showed the other day. Utah's coming off a big win. They're going on the road. I just saw this a week and a half ago or whatever it was in Charlotte where, Mallard Creek really played hard against Buford. Buford was just not after that big win. So I'll take Baylor. I think Utah wins the game, but I will take the touchdown. Matt, DeBerry, we're going to go straight to you. Ole Miss is also a touchdown favorite at Tulane. These teams are both ranked. Take it away.
Let's go Tulane. What's the line? I don't even know.
I'm sorry.
Give me the green wave, though.
They're a touchdown favorite. Ole Miss is a touchdown favorite on the road. I got to say, if the SEC loses these next 2 games, there's going to be a digital firestorm on Twitter or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, I think they go to New Orleans and have a rough time with it. I like Tulane in this game. I really do.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty fun matchup. I'll take Ole Miss to just barely cover. I think that's a fun game. Quishon Judkins is the real deal, man, coming out of the backfield. Didn't get to have a monstrous game last week, but I think he will this time.
Okay, I got the Rebels winning. I will take the green wave against the line, against the spread. Excuse me. Tulane is good. They're a legitimately good team, and I think that they can win this game. But I will take the Rebels, and then therefore I'll take Tulane against the spread. Do you trust Texas A&M? Are we deep enough into the season? The answer to that is no. Are we deep enough in the season to trust Texas A&M at Miami? Do you trust Miami in any way, Matt? Texas A&M is a 4-point favorite on the road. There are a lot of road favorites here. So do you trust Texas A&M, ranked Texas A&M, at Miami for an ABC 3:30 kickoff?
Yeah, I don't really trust either one, but I'm going to take the Aggies in this matchup. I just think Miami's just not ready there. They're not there yet where I think A&M, is taking some small steps. They love the quarterback they have. They have a lot of talent still, from that recruiting class 2 years ago. I think half of them have transferred, but the ones who've stayed around, they do have good players. I think they go to Miami, and I'll take the Aggies to cover.
Ryan.
Yeah, this is one of those games. I wish I could protest this one too, but I'm going to agree with Matt on this one. I think Jimbo, it's got to be a bounce back year, man, or So they get this one.
Yeah, I'll take Texas A&M as well. Don't like either of these two teams. Don't trust them right now. I have not watched either of them play more than a quarter, so I want to reserve judgment. But their previous history, All right, the trees go to USC. Matt had USC playing Notre Dame earlier this podcast or this video. I don't know if everybody caught that or not, but
I did.
we're gonna see the Stanford trees go to play in the Coliseum at SC. Stanford is a 29.5 point favorite at SC. This game is on at 10:30 at night, Ryan. Some of us on here, some person on here is very excited.
Man,
what now?
Stanford is not a favorite.
Did I say that?
I think you accidentally wrote that down wrong.
Oh, I do have that wrong. No, Stanford is a 29.5 point dog on the road. I definitely have it wrong in the graphic.
Give me the 30 points.
In the graphic no one can see, I definitely have it wrong. Matt, do the trees get it done on the road at USC? Did Matt die?
Is he thinking
I think
about
he
it?
did. Ryan, we'll go to you.
Caleb Williams, man. I think, look, if you're USC, week one, I don't think that was an amazing showing for them on defense, obviously. On offense, it's a good showing. You gotta have to get style points if you're a Pac-12 team that wants to slip into the playoff, because a one-loss Pac-12 champion's no guarantee to get in there. So I'll take USC to cover that 30 points.
Matt, can you hear us?
I can now.
You can
now. Give the trees.
All right,
Want
Matt's
the
going to go
trees in this
Stanford. Matt's going to go Stanford. I will take the listen, Stanford, ACC after dark. Get ready. We're doing this weekend. I cannot wait for this. I'll take the trees. Give me that game against SC. Game is on Fox. We know we're going to get that on the East Athens antenna. Should EastAthensAntenna.net. Ball State, which is not a state, is going to play the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia has not covered a line that's big like this in a while. They are a 42-point favorite over Ball State. I say Georgia finally covers this line. They look a little bit crisper on offense. 42 is a lot of points, though. Matt, you can go next.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Ball State here. I mean, if Georgia even struggles, even for a few drives, that's going to be tough to cover. I think we're going to see both quarterbacks again. A late touchdown by, Ball State. I'm thinking maybe 51-10, but I think that means Ball State covers. So blow out the Ball State covers.
Yeah, this one's tough. It feels like I've picked Georgia to cover all of these games the last couple of years, and I think they have it in a lot of them. So I'm one more time say that they cover this 42-point line. But that's because I just think that there's going to be a big offensive performance on Saturday.
Are we being naive?
I think I have a little bit for sure with these spreads. But look, I mean, when people ask me about betting on Georgia, I always tell them not to, because Kirby does not care at all about running up the score.
Well, I'll tell you this, though.
Nothing. Yeah.
Let me just give you this one statistic for this three-person group. Georgia is the only other team that scored more consecutive games of 35 points or more than Georgia is Florida State. Florida State scored 7 games in a row of 35 points or more. Georgia is at 5. So the last time Georgia did not score 35 points or more was the Kentucky game. From that point forward, they have scored at least 35 against the Jackets, LSU, Ohio State, TCU, and then this past week against Tennessee Martin. So we'll see what happens this weekend. Look, a lot of really fun games. I got to say, this is one of the best TV weekends because not only do you get Georgia at noon, which some of us are big fans of, and then you get these 3:30s, which a lot of y'all will go back to your tailgates. But look, you got Utah Baylor at 7:30. You got Tulane, Ole Miss at 3:30. Texas A&M and Miami at 3:30. That game should be just a total disaster. And then obviously Miami, then Texas, Alabama, and then SC and Stanford to close the night. That's not the only late night game, but it's the only one we'll be watching. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the website. We appreciate everybody watching.